It was time for bed. The stars twinkled outside, casting a gentle glow through the window. The room was filled with a calm, serene atmosphere, perfect for winding down after a long day of play and adventure. Sam, a little boy with bright eyes, yawned. He had spent the day exploring the backyard, playing with his toys and imagining grand adventures. Now, his energy was fading, and he felt the comforting pull of sleep. His mom tucked him in, warm and cozy. She pulled the soft, colorful blanket up to his chin and made sure his favorite stuffed animal, Mr. Whiskers, was nestled by his side. The room was filled with the scent of lavender, helping to soothe Sam into a peaceful state.
"Sleep tight," she whispered, kissing his forehead. Her voice was soft and filled with love, a nightly ritual that made Sam feel safe and cherished.
Sam closed his eyes, but he wasn't quite asleep yet. His mind was still buzzing with the day's adventures and the stories his mom had read to him before bed. He watched as the moonlight made his room glow. The soft, silvery light created shadows that danced on the walls, turning his room into a magical place. Sam's Play-Doh, forgotten on the floor, started to shimmer. The colors seemed to come alive, swirling and sparkling in the moonlight. It twisted and turned, coming alive in the moonlight. Sam's eyes widened in wonder as he watched the Play-Doh transform before his very eyes. A small green figure emerged. It was unlike anything Sam had ever seen, a tiny creature made entirely of Play-Doh, with a vibrant green hue that seemed to glow. It had big googly eyes and a happy smile. The little figure looked friendly and full of life, its eyes sparkling with curiosity and excitement.
"Hello," it squeaked in a tiny voice. The sound was high-pitched and cheerful, making Sam giggle with delight. "Want to come on an adventure?" The little figure's invitation was filled with promise and excitement, sparking Sam's imagination and filling him with a sense of wonder and anticipation.
Sam rubbed his eyes. Was he dreaming? He had just been in his room, surrounded by his usual toys and books. But now, everything seemed different. The colors were brighter, and the air had a sweet, almost magical scent. He blinked a few times, trying to clear his vision, but the scene remained the same. It was as if he had stepped into a different world altogether. The little figure waved a tiny hand. It was unlike anything Sam had ever seen before. The figure was made entirely of Play-Doh, with vibrant colors and a friendly expression. It moved with a fluidity that seemed almost lifelike, yet it was clearly a creation of clay. Sam's curiosity was piqued, and he took a cautious step forward.
"Don't be scared! I'm Crafty! I come from Doughtopia, a land made of Play-Doh!" Crafty's voice was cheerful and reassuring, instantly putting Sam at ease. The little figure's eyes sparkled with excitement, and it seemed genuinely happy to see Sam. "Doughtopia?" Sam repeated, his mind racing with questions. "Yes," Crafty replied. "A place where imagination comes to life and everything is made of Play-Doh."
Crafty reached out and touched Sam's arm. The touch was gentle, yet it sent a tingling sensation through Sam's body. He felt a strange warmth spreading from the point of contact, and before he could react, something incredible began to happen. His surroundings started to shift and change as if the very fabric of reality was being altered. To Sam's surprise, he felt himself shrinking. It was a bizarre sensation, like being gently compressed from all sides. He watched in amazement as the world around him grew larger and larger. The floor seemed to rise up to meet him, and the objects in the room became towering structures. In a matter of moments, he was no longer a boy in his room, but a tiny figure in a vast, unfamiliar landscape. Now he was the same size as Crafty. Crafty took Sam's hand. The connection felt comforting, and Sam realized that he was not alone in this strange new world. Together they stood on the threshold of an adventure that promised to be unlike anything Sam had ever experienced. Crafty's grip was firm, yet gentle, guiding Sam with confidence. In a blink they were whisked away to Doughtopia. The transition was swift and seamless, like being carried on a gentle breeze. Colors swirled around them, creating a kaleidoscope of hues that dazzled Sam's eyes. He felt a sense of exhilaration, as if he were flying through a dream. The journey was over almost as soon as it began, and they found themselves standing in a place that defied description. Everything sparkled and smelled like fresh cookies. The air was filled with the delightful aroma of baked goods, and the ground beneath their feet seemed to shimmer with a magical glow. Sam took a deep breath, savoring the sweet scent. It was a sensory overload, but in the best possible way. Every detail of Doughtopia was crafted with care, creating a world that felt both fantastical and welcoming. There were houses made of gingerbread, each one more elaborate than the last. The walls were adorned with icing and candy decorations, and the roofs were covered in a layer of powdered sugar that glistened in the light. Sam marveled at the craftsmanship, wondering how such intricate structures could exist in a world made of Play-Doh, and trees with gumdrop leaves. The trees swayed gently in the breeze, their branches heavy with colorful gumdrops. It was a sight straight out of a fairy tale, and Sam couldn't help but reach out to touch one of the leaves. It felt soft and pliable, just like real Play-Doh. The entire landscape was a testament to the power of imagination and creativity. Sam giggled, his heart filled with wonder. He had never felt so alive, so full of joy and excitement. This was a place where dreams came true, where the impossible became possible. As he looked around, he realized that this was just the beginning of his adventure in Doughtopia. With Crafty by his side, there was no telling what amazing experiences awaited them. Sam's journey had only just begun, and he couldn't wait to see where it would take him next. Doughtopia was amazing. Sam and Crafty slid down rainbow-colored hills made of frosting. They bounced on clouds that smelled like cotton candy. Crafty introduced Sam to all his friends. They were a colorful bunch, all shapes and sizes.
Sam noticed a small blue figure sitting alone. He looked sad. "What's wrong?" Sam asked.
The blue figure sniffled.
"I'm Blue and I lost my way home. The Sprinkle River which guides us has dried up." "The Sprinkle River?" Sam asked.
Crafty explained.
"The Sprinkle River is magical. Its sparkly water helps us find our way back home."
Sam felt bad for Blue.
"Don't worry, we'll help you find the river," he said.
Blue perked up a bit. Crafty smiled.
"We just need to find the Sprinkle Fairy. She can help."
So Sam, Crafty, and Blue set off to find the Sprinkle Fairy. They followed a path made of candy buttons deeper into Doughtopia. Their journey took them through forests made of licorice, where the trees were tall and twisted, their branches reaching out like candy canes. The air was sweet with the scent of sugar, and the ground beneath their feet was soft and chewy. Sam and his friends marveled at the vibrant colors and the whimsical shapes of the licorice trees, feeling as if they had stepped into a dream. They continued their journey and soon found themselves at the edge of a vast lake of melted chocolate. The surface of the lake shimmered in the sunlight and the rich aroma of chocolate filled the air. They climbed into a boat made of pretzels, its salty surface contrasting with the sweet chocolate around them. As they paddled across the lake, they could see their reflections in the smooth, dark surface, and they felt a sense of adventure and excitement. Along the way, they met other colorful characters who needed help. There was a blue figure with a missing arm, a green figure with a broken leg, and a purple figure who had lost its hat. Each time they encountered someone in need, Sam and his friends stopped to offer their assistance. They used their creativity and resourcefulness to find solutions, and they worked together to make things right.
"Oh no, you've lost your button eye. Don't worry, we'll fix it for you. Let me just carefully put it back in place for you. There, good as new."
A red figure had lost its button eye, and it looked sad and incomplete. Sam knew that even small things could make a big difference, so he took the time to find a matching button and carefully sewed it back in place. The red figure's face lit up with gratitude, and Sam felt a warm glow of satisfaction. Sam carefully put it back in place, making sure it was secure and straight. The red figure blinked its new eye and smiled, and Sam knew he had made a new friend.
"Oops, looks like you've dropped your basket of jelly bean treasures. Let's gather them up before they get lost. Here, let me help you pick them up. We'll have them all back in your basket in no time."
A yellow figure had tripped and dropped its basket of jelly bean treasures. The colorful candies scattered across the ground and the yellow figure looked distressed. Sam and his friends quickly sprang into action, picking up the jelly beans one by one and placing them back in the basket. Sam helped pick them up, making sure none were left behind. The yellow figure thanked them profusely, and Sam felt a sense of accomplishment knowing they had made someone's day a little brighter. Even though they were on an important mission, Sam and his friends stopped to lend a helping hand. They knew that kindness and compassion were just as important as reaching their destination. Along the way, they learned that helping others not only made a difference in the lives of those they helped, but also brought them closer together as friends. Their journey was filled with laughter, teamwork, and the joy of making new friends. And as they continued on their way, they knew that they were not just traveling through a magical land, but also creating a world where everyone looked out for one another. Finally, they reached a clearing bathed in shimmering light. In the center stood a beautiful fairy made of shimmering sugar.
You must be the Sprinkle Fairy.
Sam whispered in awe. The fairy smiled warmly.
I am. You must be here about the river?
Crafty explained what had happened. The Sprinkle Fairy listened patiently. When they were finished, she sighed.
The river has dried up because no one is sharing their sprinkles anymore.
Sam was confused.
Sharing sprinkles?
He asked. The Sprinkle Fairy nodded.
Sharing is magic in Doughtopia. It keeps our land alive and sparkling.
She turned to Sam.
Do you have any sprinkles you can share?
Sam remembered he had a small bag of sprinkles in his pocket. He had been saving them for his ice cream later, but seeing how sad everyone was, he knew what he had to do. He poured his sprinkles into the fairy's hand. As soon as the last sprinkle left his hand, the ground began to tremble. A stream of rainbow sprinkles erupted from the earth, flowing like a river once more. Doughtopia sparkled brighter than ever. Everyone cheered, happy and grateful.
Thank you for reminding us about the magic of sharing.
She gently lifted Sam up. He felt himself growing bigger and bigger. He was back in his room.
Narrator. Crafty waved from the floor, now just a lump of Play-Doh again. Had it all been a dream? Sam snuggled deeper into his blankets, a warm feeling in his heart. He understood that sharing, even small things, could make a big difference.
Sam closed his eyes, the Sprinkle Fairy's words echoing in his mind. He drifted off to sleep, dreaming of rainbow rivers and magical lands, knowing that even the smallest act of kindness could bring joy to others.